Hey guys, how you doing? This is Samuel here, and I got Paul with me. How you doing?
How you doing, brother?
All right, man. This is another day and a lot of other things happening in the world today. What you got going, bro?
Well, I think we should continue what we were talking about. We had a webcast here before, and you and I have some thoughts on what we've experienced within the last 2 or 3 years of different things, dreams you had, revelations I've gotten from reading the Word, and also with you too when you read the Word. And I think, we're not here to try to scare people, but
That's right.
we both are. We're not in the business of doing that at all. We're not in the business at all of doing that completely at all. But I think what we're concerned about, we don't want to put our head in the sand all the time
That's
and
right.
think that things aren't going south.
That's right.
And to me, a lot of people say, "Oh, but it's going to change, Paul." It's, we've heard that so much. How many prophets have said it in this world, brother, that things are going to change? Well-known people that you and I have listened to and respected, and they said that things, God's not going to come down in America, this and that. But I feel before it gets better, brother, I think that, excuse the expression, but the shit's going to hit the fan.
Mm.
And I say that not to be mean or to try to make people think, well, you're not thinking positive, and you're not thinking that, I'm not trying to let you feel bad about it, but I'm trying to get us to wake up too and understand things are going to happen.
That's right.
I mean, like what did you mention, brother? You said something about getting a job, and then it's like it's being taken away from us. It's a little bit's given to you, and a little bit's yours. Something to that effect.
Well, what I'm saying to it is that they're saying supposedly according to the news or whatever that the economy's picking up and all this stuff. Stocks are going up and stuff.
Mm-hmm.
Gold going down, but the dollar's going up, kind of thing. But yet, when I talk to people and I see people, I still see, offices being vacated. I see buildings for sale. I see a lot of people out of work.
Mm-hmm.
And people are still struggling and trying to make ends meet and stuff. And what it seems like the news covering this way, but then what's really happening here? I mean, it's just amazing. What is it really happening? And what you're saying, brother.
Well, I've noticed people on the streets and the corners in the affluent areas that we live in.
Yeah.
And I see even an increase of homeless people with kids and families asking for food and money.
That's right. That's right.
And then you see them at real prominent places, big stores, supermarkets and stuff. And they're sitting there, and they're on each corner, brother. Wow. There's like 15 or 20 corners, and there's the families are on these corners asking for alms.
Yeah. Wow.
Where's the jobs there?
Yeah.
How come? And then people say, well, those people are not trying really hard, Paul. Come on, man. I mean, you're just a paycheck away. Think about it.
That's right.
Everybody's just a paycheck away, unless you have billions of dollars tucked away or millions of dollars.
And that can be taken away, too.
That's right. Look at what happened when we had this, the fall of this economy that we had a while back.
That's right.
People, executives lost their homes, man.
Yeah, that's right. That's right.
And so I think, I'm not trying to scare anybody, but I think we can't just think that this big picture, it's going to happen all, and it's going to be great. I think we need to get humble and get back to the Lord and start as a nation and say, hey, we blew it, and we're sorry.
That's right.
Could you give us another chance? And I know God is a God of second chances.
That's right.
When He sees you get down and give all you have of yourself, that He's willing to pick you up and start you over.
That's right.
But what did you have also?
Well, also, brother, I noticed that, as you mentioned, we were just talking earlier, and in the house of the church, there's a lot of warfare happening as well. I mean, a lot of warfare, and it's the warfare is intensifying, and people are getting hammered like crazy, But yeah, it almost seems like, brother, kind of like, well, the scripture says the wealth of the wicked is later for the just, but it seems like the wealth of the wicked is having a good time, and the just is kind of suffering. I'm not mocking the prosperity message too. I mean, hey, I like to be prosperous.
Who doesn't?
Yeah, but the truth is, it's not the case.
That's right.
A lot of churches are, being folded. People are having Bible studies being taken away. People praying in schools being, taken away. People in jobs, and if they're praying, they get fired, and all the stuff that's happening.
You know, I look at you were bringing about prosperity. This kind of hits my heart too. Is that, you know, if Jesus came back, I think there'd be a lot of people that were offended.
That's
And the
right.
reason I say that, because if he came back and said, listen, I think we need to get back to helping out the poor here, and they should be our number one concern.
That's right.
I think people that have a lot of money would be offended by it.
That's right.
Well, they'd be saying, yeah, but I'm making this money for you, Jesus, to help them.
Yeah. But are they?
But yeah, are they just feeling their ideas of all these things? Sure, they want to help people out, but are they feeling all these bad things in their mind and back of their head to increase what they want, more, whatever homes, whatever is power, whatever they need?
Yeah. Yeah.
And I that's why I think people would be offended if Jesus came back, because they would say, no, it's got to be this way. And I don't think we'd be, I mean, including myself, I could probably say, would I be offended? That worries me. I don't want to be offended. I want to be on the same spot with Jesus. But I wonder sometimes, because you know, I want so many things in life, but they're not that important as to what he wants in our lives, or in the important life in our lives.
That's right.
How much do we need, brother? How much more do we need?
That's right. That's right.
So when we get the next house and we get the next car, do we need another one that gets old and it's faded?
That's right. That's right.
This is not to put anybody down with the prosperity, like my brother said. It's just that, come on, let's wake up here. I mean, it's not all about us.
Yeah.
It doesn't. The world doesn't revolve around us.
That's right. That's right. There's definitely something happening.
Well, yeah.
In the spirit and what's happening in the world too, and I can
Didn't you have a dream not too long ago or something?
Well, I sort of had a feeling. I was reading about Revelation. We were doing shows on Revelations last year and talking about it, and I came across Babylon. You know. And then I said, "Oh man, Babylon, could it be?" Because if you read, you know, go do the research yourself. Read about 18, you know, Revelation 18, but it talks about a nation or a great city or something. But it talks about something very popular that everybody looks to, and knows. And basically, they were burned down. They were taken away. And it talks about the socks and everything, and the money and people, and it goes forth. Anyways, I had a feeling that I had a sense it was like the America. I don't want it to be that way, but look at all the things that are happening as well.
You know, and one thing that I would suggest to me and you have heard from a lot of different prophets about what's going to happen, how it's going to get better. And they may be right or they may not. Be careful when you listen to people give you a prophetic word. Be very careful. Be discerning. Ask the Lord for wisdom and discernment when you take those prophetic words. If they don't feel so right, don't put them on the shelf so you can catch on to them later and see if they mean anything. Don't keep holding them in your heart and say it's going to happen this way, and you're going to force the prophecy into your life. You can't do that. You got to let the Lord come in there, give you that word, and then get confirmation from whoever you respect.
I was feeling, brother, like you were saying also, for a while we were talking about, like storing up things to be prepared and stuff like that. Well, I think that's important too, that we need to just be prepared because, it wouldn't hurt, but also to know what's going on too. I mean, I'm not saying that to not hear all these things and just put your head in the sand. What we were talking about, you need to know what's going on, and brother, it just seems also like the military is beefing up too. I mean, I hear helicopters flying around more than usual.
We hear of rumors of tunnels in different cities and states, and trains and prisons being put up, and Russia coming down here to do military exercises. What's all this stuff? We never had this before.
No, not just too long ago. We just had actually not a couple of days ago. We've had a lot of foreign countries here in the USL. Playing war games basically. War games of practicing and stuff.